Hey, what is Chambers of My Heart? What is that?
Hey guys, it's your humble host, or Kid if you prefer, so I'm back with another video. I'm going to try to keep this coherent. This is my fourth take, but I'm fired up, I'm exhausted, I'm way beyond fed up, I'm excited, I am on the edge of my seat. What am I talking about? So for those of you who have not been paying attention with what's going on with Twitter, the culture shift, Elon Musk, Daily Wire, Matt Walsh, and the documentary, What is a Woman? Let me lay it out for you. So long story short, Matt Walsh released a documentary a year ago titled, What is a Woman? And he went and interviewed a bunch of people, including politicians, congressmen, pediatricians, doctors, the whole shebang. He even went as far as to visit an indigenous tribe. I can't remember the country. Anyway, it was a good documentary. It's the most viewed documentary right now, according to the numbers. Anyway, so they released it on Twitter. Elon Musk came out and said, oh, hey, we're not going to censor this for hate speech. You guys are going to be good to go. The whole shebang, bada boom. Yeah. However, he had a lot of his staff go behind his back and throttle the video. You couldn't like it. You couldn't retweet it. You really couldn't do anything with it. So Daily Wire went, hey, Musk, what the hell's the deal? I thought you said we were good. So Elon Musk not only investigated, he fired all the staff that were responsible, promoted the video, and this in return caused Daily Wire to keep it free for the weekend. I have a copy of it myself that I downloaded. It had some weird edit locks or something. I had two video players. One could only play the visuals. The other one could only play the audio, but I ran it through my video editor and it's all good. So I actually have a copy that is complete and I can skip around and clip out of it if I want. Anyway, this made a lot of people upset. And from what was being discussed, I believe by Matt Walsh, the oligarchs can't do anything except for watch this massive awakening unfold. As for you guys have been following this stuff coming out about BlackRock, Vanguard, that's an aggressive Bud Light, Target. They want to force behavior. They want to push forced behavior, make people behave a certain way. You saw the video about the CEO of Target going, oh, well, you have to be diverse or else. Pretty much, I do believe that was covered by the Black conservative, if I'm not mistaken. And then let's also talk about Disney. For those of you who have been following the bullshit with Disney, because this also has to do with this trans crap. Their stuff is in the toilet. Because people are tired of them creeping on children and then destroying all of our culture stories that uphold our values, if not instill them. AKA their biggest failure, The Little Mermaid. Oh, don't get me started. I haven't even seen it. I knew it was going to be trash fire. And there's one scene that I wanted them to keep in, but it's Disney, so there's no way in hell they would have kept it in. It was awesome. Let me tell you what the scene is. If you guys remember the animated version, there's a very, very important scene during Ariel's and Prince Eric's wedding. It's when everyone's out, all the daughters of the sea, and Triton rises up on this fountain, and he's hugging his daughter goodbye. That's the first part. He goes, hey, I'm letting you go. You're grown up now. This second part, which was very, very important, was when Prince Eric bowed to Triton out of respect. When I was young, I didn't think that scene was a big deal, but when I started to hear about the live action remake, it's keep the scene in, please. It's so freaking important. Anyway, movie's a dumpster fire. It's losing Disney money, because of course it is, and I hear Indiana Jones 5 isn't any better. Anyway, so all these companies promoting this LGBT shit is in the toilet. I actually heard that Xbox was not going to release their rainbow logo this year. You have other companies that are going, we like making money. This is apparently a plague for our wallet. We're not doing this year. And I say, good, don't quit. Because How is it, and this isn't about straight pride, none of that stuff, the Italian MP, and I forget her name, and this is a wonderful idea. She helped launch it. She didn't come up with the actual idea from what I'm understanding. Family Pride Month. We should be celebrating the backbone of society, and that's when an intact, fully healthy nuclear family, not this weird debauchery shit that likes to creep on children. And I'm so done. I'm so done with all of it. And the culture shift I have seen on Twitter has been mind boggling. I mentioned this in my last video in regards to One Piece and Yamato, but more and more people are freaking fed up. The fact that the OG LGB is like, you know what? We got bullied from what I've read, because this was a while back, the LGB got bullied into accepting the T. They're now like, hey, we want a divorce, pound sand. The fact that we have female athletes who can't even have a private change room, they're constantly exposed to male genitalia. I'm sorry, that's a form of sexual abuse and sexual assault. When did we lose our freaking minds? Go, this is okay because your feelings. No, fuck your feelings. Just no. So somebody asked, is there a polite way to address the pronoun thing? No, there's not, because no matter what way you discuss it, how you put it, there is no logical conversation to be had. And I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not trying to be hateful. Actually, I'm not being hateful. I am angry. Because it is scary now to have a family. We have our doctors in on it. We have the hospitals. We have our pediatricians. Everybody, every sector wants to creep on our children with this, if not mentally vulnerable people, if not physically disabled people. You have kids. There's an article, and I'll post a link in the description, that came out from the UK, that a lot of autistic children, mainly autistic children, end up in these gender clinics, and it's true. You have the stuff with the drag queen story hour, a bunch of convicted pedos. You have the Pride Parade. Did you guys hear about what happened with the Pride Parade in Florida? DeSantis pretty much said, no, hey, we're not having kids because of all this bullshit going on. And guess, the Pride Parade in Florida got canceled. You can't have kids, so you cancel it? That's not sus or creepy as all hell. I'm sorry, I'm so glad people are going, we are so done, we've had enough. I follow a lady, very cool lady, she goes by the name of Man Mama Bear, or Tracy Shannon, and she's been really going to town on the curriculum that I believe ISD of Texas has been handing out to children, and this stuff is just freaking vile. It is pornographic. It's pretty much gay porn is what it is. And they're handing it out to little kids, and there's, oh my gosh, this would have gotten people arrested. I want to say maybe a little under a decade ago, you would have been put on the list. This is pretty much disturbing CP. It's that bad. But of course, we have people running around going, oh no, you're being hateful. No, shut the fuck up. Shut up. No, what you're doing is beyond disgusting. It's vile, and the fact that you're targeting kids with it now, no, go find the wall. Go find the wall. Stay there. That's all I've been seeing. But it's amazing how much the narrative, or even, I don't even want to say the narrative, the truth is coming out. Twitter, a lot of Twitter's like, this is fucked up. What is this? And then I'm seeing other stuff being talked about on Twitter, like COVID. More and more stuff is coming out about the truth of COVID. It was an experiment. It was a gain of function. There's a video that got retweeted, I think it was by Jeff Younger. I do follow him on Twitter. He does have a Twitter, and I'll post a link in the description if you want to follow him. Yes, it's that Jeff Younger from Save James. So go follow him. Go check him out. No, I'm not being paid to do any of this. I just wanted to make a video talking about what I've been seeing. But anyway, in that video, talks about how this was all set up like years ago. And it's freaking bonkers, and Fauci has had a finger in it for the longest time. we have certain types of vaccines for COVID that can no longer be used either because they expired or they're finding, hey, this is actually causing issues. There's something else that came out, and I need to find it. It was a German, I believe, doctor. He passed away, but he was talking about how the spike protein from the vaccine is actually replacing the sperm in men's testicles. Like, it's sterilizing men. And there's been quite a few articles that have come out about that. We have women complaining about fertility issues, menstrual cycle issues. And of course, you have the CDC, you have all these other people going, oh, well, these are conspiracy theorists and da 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 da. No, they're not conspiracy theorists. You have people actually looking and going, yeah, no, this is garbage. You guys pretty much just got poisoned. It's causing weird effects. There was something else about weird blood clots that have the consistency of gummy worms. There's all kinds of stuff that's been coming out, and that came out before I got my Twitter back. Before Project Veritas went in the toilet and decided to do something stupid with James O'Keefe. James O'Keefe had uncovered quite a few stuff, did undercover interviews with doctors pretty much saying, hey, yeah, no, this is garbage. Nurses wouldn't touch it. Anyway, there's all kinds of things happening. We're having more stuff about Ukraine come out. What was the latest thing? The biolabs. The Ukrainian soldiers are starting to wear the Nazi symbols. And they're not messing around. They're serious about it. There's something that came out the other day how the media is asking Ukrainian soldiers to hide their Nazi patches. You have certain media accounts that have been deleting their tweets that have photos of the Nazi patch exposed. This stuff you couldn't talk about on Twitter over 2 years ago. A lot of these people would have gotten yeeted. If not, their account shadow banned, restricted. Mine was completely shadow banned into the ground, if not way under before my account got nuked. But there is just so much going on right now. It's freaking crazy. And then there's stuff about the Clinton Foundation. FBI scared to death that their informant is going to end up dead because they got some real dirt on the Clintons. And anybody who tries to come forward about the Clintons is added to the Clinton body count. So-and-so didn't kill themselves. You guys hear about the guy in Arizona a few months back? He shot through the head, tied to the tree with a wire around his neck. Oh, he suicided. Arizona PD was told to back off. Yeah, no, it's nuts. There's so much going on right now, and it could be overwhelming. And I try to take time away to detox and all that wonderful stuff. And I don't want my entire social space, if channel, to be all political. I do want some fun stuff on here. But it cannot be helped right now. And I do want to apologize to you guys, my viewers, because I am fired up from my Discord, my Twitter, my Facebook. It is an all-out war right now. And you guys know that I've been part of the Save James stuff for a while now. 3 to 4 years, going on 4 to 5. And that has just been heart-wrenching. You actually saw a little snippet at the beginning of my new channel intro, by the way, as I have gone through and updated some stuff. Yes, that was a thing Jessica Jancic of Coonsfiller asked, what is the chambers of my heart? To which Shift's like, I don't know, it's a YouTube channel. I don't really know anything about it. And to be fair, he really doesn't. I'm still fleshing it out. I'm still defining it. I have an idea, but not a full idea of what my channel is. I can say, because of the stuff that God has given me, the stuff that I've been able to walk out, so far, I can define it as this. The chambers of my heart pretty much is a daughter being able to hold onto her father's mantle and use it as a weapon. That, I know a lot of people are going to go, what the hell does that even mean? Pretty much, and I've talked about this because this has to do with this trans shit. I'm not even kidding. You guys know my background a little bit. This is why I'm also kind of fired up, is because if it weren't for my father, if it weren't for my parents, I would have destroyed myself the same way that a lot of people are doing now. I'm not even kidding. I was so just in a completely different mental space. It was bad. I didn't function normally, and I don't know how to put that, I'm not even familiar with the mindset anymore that I used to have. It is such a drastic change. 21 is just like, oh, I need to do stuff differently. People are going to screw me over if I don't start doing A, B, C, D, and E, and F, and so on. So there's just a lot going on. I have personal ties, in a way, because it strikes certain chords with me, because I could have ended up the same way if not it weren't for my dad's mantle, and I can't explain that any further. I try to explain that to somebody, and they're like, "Your reasoning makes no sense." No, it makes perfect sense. You just don't know what I'm saying, which is fine. A lot of people probably don't. A father's mantle is an old concept, still a relevant concept, but a lot of people want to toss that into the dirt, even though it's very much needed for society to progress and grow in a healthy manner and change in a positive and right way. Anyway, I could go on forever, and hopefully you guys understand what I'm saying, and I know a lot of my viewers do feel the same way. And about that apology, I am sorry if this is overwhelming you guys. I legit do apologize. This could be overwhelming for me. I know my own husband's like, it's a bit heavy, let's focus on something, because it is. It could be suffocating and mentally fatiguing and exhausting. So I am sorry if it has made my social spaces for my viewers and my audience insufferable. I'm just going to say that. And I'm going to try to be careful. Let me know. You guys, Discord, I have my Twitter, I have my post, I have my Gab. I'd recommend Discord or Twitter, though, as my two mains, even my Facebook page, but I don't think a lot of you want to expose your Facebook to me. Anyway, but with that being said, I'm going to end it here. There's a lot going on, and I'm not trying to make my spaces heavy or insufferable to my viewers and audiences. Like I said, I am just fired up right now because James and Jude are still in the hands of that freaking monster, and I just pray to God that their body integrity is still intact. I really freaking do. And it's hard. It really is hard. Because pretty much, and I'll go a little bit into it and then I'll wrap it up here. Long story short, is I put out a post on my personal Facebook a little while ago talking about how just gut-wrenching this case is. And as I said, it's hit some very personal chords because I watched my dad, you guys know I lost my sister, I used to do poetry and whatnot. I watched my dad pretty much fight for my sister, save my sister. Yeah. Only to have her end up in a grave. And that's not his fault. It just is what it is. She made a decision, and that was the end result. And I've heard how it was all his fault, that he was abusing her, and all this bullshit, both of my parents. And it was hard to hear. It was very hard to listen to. And there's other personal factors to where I always hated, because the relationship or the connection I had with my dad could not be broken. And so when I look at the Save James stuff, it's something very similar. Is I'm watching two siblings, two boys, who are being treated like garbage, who have been alienated from their dad at this point. And especially with James, both boys, but James was chosen to be a bludgeon against Jeff, saying, I'm going to destroy your child to get at you. And that's kind of similar, not with the trans stuff, but with something a little bit different, essay, and I've talked about that on this channel, is what happened with me and my sister is we set on destruction. And it was not successful with me. And I thank God for that. So watching and being a part of the Save James stuff, try not to get emotional, is and has been very difficult because it strikes so many similar chords to what I experienced growing up. Sorry, my voice is cracking a little bit. And it's hard, and I know how the story ended for my sister, and I don't want that to be the same thing for James. That is why, part of the reason why I'm so passionate about this stuff, because in a way, without the trans stuff, without the legislative and the laws and other stuff, you take all that away and you just break it down to the breaking of family ties. And I lived through a similar situation. It was also very different too. Anyway, I'm not trying to dump truck on you, but that's one part of it. I know this stuff is just an outright lie. And it's just, these people are monsters and demons. And I'm so glad you finally have Texas getting off their freaking ass and banning hormone therapy, if not, quote unquote, gender affirming care for minors. 3 to 4 years, a bit late, but I guess better than never, about. And then you have this stuff going in Florida, how a federal judge put a temporary ban on DeSantis' law banning gender affirming care. That's not going to stand for long. You have activist judges, activist lawyers. Anyway, I know Seb's going to wrap this up, so I'm going to do that. I'm keeping track of the counter here. There's a lot going on. There are people who are out to destroy our children, our society. This is not conspiracy theory. This is real. This is a freaking nightmare for those of you who are walking through it, who are either detransitioned, who have children wrapped up in this mess. If you have young adult children or your spouse, you're not alone. You are really, really not alone, and I hope you see that on Twitter. And to the people who are struggling with that, saying, oh, well, you're hateful, no. You have been so blinded, and you're not in a place where you could be talked to, or you could see. I just hope you break free before it's too late. I really do, because once you make that decision, you cannot reverse it. There is Chloe Cole talked about how she was just rushed through and her body's destroyed. She just interviewed somebody else called Layla. I forget the last name. I apologize. But, oh man, there's so many people coming forward just talking about how evil this stuff is. The truth is not hateful. Reality is not hate. Acknowledging what's real is not hateful. The best thing that you can do for somebody that you love and care for is tell them the truth no matter how much it hurts. And with that being said, I'm going to wrap it up here, and I encourage you guys to soldier on, because we got 23 days of this shit, if not even more, because this has been going on all year. So you guys take care, and I will see you guys in the next one. Okay?